Let me share a scenario that happens more often than you think. A resident hands you a doctor's note asking for a handicap parking space near their home. You're skeptical because you've never seen a handicap sticker on their car, and honestly, you've watched them walking around just fine. So you say no. Fast forward 2 weeks, you're staring at a fair housing complaint. What you missed? That doctor's note was legitimate. And they use a removable placard when their adult child drives them. This happens all the time, but it doesn't have to happen to you. Let's get clear on something that confuses a lot of board members and community leaders. The difference between fair housing and ADA requirements. Fair housing applies to housing itself, whether it's private or public, sales, rentals, or lending. It protects people with disabilities and other protected classes from discrimination in their homes. The ADA, on the other hand, covers your public spaces, your clubhouses, pools, fitness centers, and on-site offices. Think of it this way. Fair housing is about the residential units and making reasonable accommodations for residents, while ADA governs those common areas where people gather. When a resident asks for a fair housing accommodation, how you respond really matters legally. The courts are looking for your best effort to comply, not perfection, but a genuine attempt. Here's the rule you absolutely need to remember. If a resident gives you a doctor's note supporting their request, that's it. Case closed. You can't question whether the note is valid or if their condition is serious enough. That's a legal battle you won't win. But here's where many property managers fall down. While you have to comply with fair housing, you don't have to pay for it. The resident should cover all the costs for that handicap parking space, get payment up front, and certified funds for everything. The sign, the paint, the installation. Don't make the mistake of doing the work first and billing them later or putting it on their account. What happens if they don't pay? Have them sign a notarized document that gets recorded with the property title stating they'll pay to remove the accommodation when they move. This protects you if they sell without removing it, they're still on the hook legally. Or if they're gone, that obligation passes to the new resident. One of the biggest mistakes we see communities make is not thinking long-term when they approve accommodations. Let me give you a real example. A community installed handrails for several elderly residents. Nice gesture, right? But they didn't document anything. Years later, those handrails started deteriorating and became safety hazards. When new residents called asking for repairs, guess who was suddenly responsible for maintenance costs and liability issues? The community never planned for this. Always document every accommodation with a notarized agreement that's recorded with the property title. This way, future owners know they're responsible for removing modifications that weren't part of the original design. For your common areas that fall under ADA, like clubhouses and pools, talk to your legal counsel before you renovate. Older buildings might have different requirements, but significant remodeling often means you need to meet current ADA standards. Understanding these fair housing and ADA requirements isn't just about avoiding complaints, it's about creating communities where everyone can live comfortably while protecting your property's long-term interests. When in doubt, talk to your attorney before denying an accommodation request, and always get everything in writing. Your community can absolutely be both welcoming to people with disabilities and financially responsible. The key is knowing the rules and planning ahead. If you found this perspective valuable, we invite you to connect with us. Facebook viewers, like our page and follow us for regular updates. Feel free to message us directly with your questions or community challenges. Instagram viewers, hit follow and feel free to DM us with your questions or community challenges. YouTube viewers, subscribe to our channel and check out the video description for helpful links. Visit our website to discover our thought leadership content, books, and resources that can transform your community management approach. Whether you're dealing with the challenges we discussed today or other community issues, we're here to help. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.